Hey guys, so today we're going to do a dosing container, and this is a project on the table because I've been using these guys for a long time. They're gallon containers, OJ containers, and they work sort of well, except that you can't see through them. And if you don't have hard tubing, if you just put soft tubing in them, then you don't know that the tubing is actually reaching the bottom. And I had a alkalinity drop because the tubing curled up inside of it and I didn't catch it for a day. So I had a 1 DKH drop. So that was the force behind doing this project. So I'm going to be moving up to 2.5 gallons, and they're clear, and I'm going to be using some hard tubing. So getting started, what you need for this is you need a dosing container, something that's clear so you can see what you're doing. I like these Snapware ones because they have a large lid that is airtight, and so it's easy to mix and they won't leak. So you also need 1/4-inch bulkheads, and I ordered these. They were a couple bucks, and I'll put the link in the down below on where to buy them. You'll need some 1/4-inch tubing, and I'm using glass just because it's what I had lying around. But you can also use acrylic, and it'll be easier to work with. And you'll need some tubing to hook up your dosing container, but you probably already have that. I'm just using 1/4-inch airline tubing. And you'll need a drill and a drill bit. I'm using a stepper drill bit because I can easily drill through plastic and I don't have to switch drill bits. But if you don't have a stepper drill bit, you can use any drill bit that you have. Alright, so let's get started. So you'll mark where you want your hole to be, and then you'll set up your drill. And if you're using regular drill bits, you'll want to slowly go up in size, but since I'm using a stepper drill bit, I'll just get close to the size that I want, and then I'll go up from there. So I want 9/16. I'm going to back it with some wood just to give a nice clean hole. And starting on my mark, and a top tip that I thought I could get away without doing this time, using a stepper drill bit, it's helpful to mark off which one you're trying to get to. It saves you actually time in the end. Alright, so we've got it in. We'll secure the nut. And there we go. And so now we want to cut a piece of glass tubing that length. Just set it up. So I'm just going to set it up beside it, and you want it near the bottom but not touching the bottom. And since I'm using glass tubing, I need to use a glass cutter, but if you are using acrylic, you can cut it using any number of power tools or just score it and crack it. And there we go. Not the best cut, but it should do the job. Alright, there you have it. It's just above the bottom. And then we can take our 1/4 inch airline, stick it in the top, and we have an airtight seal. And we can now fill this up with your alkalinity or calcium solution. And you want to make sure that it's not sucking any air when you first do this. You might wonder why I'm not putting in a float valve, or float switch. I actually don't like float switches in dosing containers because I think they give you a false sense of security. You put a float switch in this and rely on it to tell you when you need to refill it, and it's inevitably gonna gum up and you're gonna forget. Whereas you know how much you're dosing every day, assuming that you have a dosing a peristaltic doser. You can just calculate how much time will elapse and then put an alarm for that, and that's a lot more reliable than a float switch, which can get stuck. So that's a dosing container. Looks like they take about 5 minutes to make one, and I've got 2, so I'll let you guys go and get back to it. Alright, so if you have any comments or suggestions, please put them down below, and don't forget to add any DIY project ideas that you would like to see me tackle. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.